Did you know there are over 4,000 𝐼SA millionaires in the UK? That's anyone with over £1 million in an 𝐼SA account. In this video, I'm going to cover 3 steps for how you can become an 𝐼SA millionaire too, and it's not quite as hard as it might sound. If you're new to this channel, I'm Matt. I've been a finance consultant for over 10 years, working for one of the top consulting companies in London. I now run my own company, and on this channel I talk all things personal finance. So let's get started. Firstly, for those not familiar with what an 𝐼SA is, it's a savings account which acts as a tax wrapper where any dividends, interest or capital gains that you earn are not taxed, and you can reinvest all the money you make, which means that your money can grow faster. Currently, the maximum you can put into an 𝐼SA is £20,000 per year. That's across cash 𝐼SAs, stocks and shares 𝐼SAs and lifetime 𝐼SAs. So what are the steps to becoming an 𝐼SA millionaire? Step 1 is to pick the right 𝐼SA. There are a few different types of 𝐼SA accounts that you can pick. The most common are cash 𝐼SAs and stocks and shares 𝐼SAs. It's likely to be much harder to become a millionaire by only saving using a cash 𝐼SA, as the interest rate on the money that you put into the account is around 4% at the moment. The interest rates that banks offer on cash 𝐼SAs does change over time, but it's unlikely to match what you can achieve by investing using a stocks and shares 𝐼SA. They allow you to invest in individual shares in a company or funds, and if you can invest with a long-term mindset and ride the market ups and downs, then it can be a great way to grow your wealth. For example, on the S&P 500, over the last 30 years, the average annual rate of return is around 8%. So if we look at a comparison of these two types of 𝐼SA accounts, if George invested in a cash 𝐼SA at 4% interest and made contributions of £500 per month over a 35-year period, he would have around £450,000. That's pretty good going. However, if Elizabeth invested in a stocks and shares 𝐼SA contributing the same £500 per month over the same 35-year period, but earning an 8% average annual rate of return from her investments, she would have over £1 million, over double the amount of money. There is a risk with investing in the stock market, but investing with a long-term mindset can help you achieve higher returns than a standard savings account. Step 2 towards becoming an 𝐼SA millionaire is to invest as early as you can and to maximise your contributions within your means. Currently, you can save up to £20,000 per year into your 𝐼SA account, and it would take you 21 years to reach millionaire status if you were able to invest the maximum amount per year and based on an average annual rate of return of 8%. But being able to save £20,000 each year is not very realistic unless you're earning a high salary. If you're able to do this, then great, but don't be disheartened if you can't and you can only save smaller amounts. Let's look at an example of how you can still become an 𝐼SA millionaire without ever maxing out your 𝐼SA allowance each year. If you were able to gradually increase the amount you save per month as you got older and as your income increased, then an example of how you could get to £1 million is by contributing and investing £200 per month between the ages of 25 and 34, £350 per month between the ages of 35 and 44, £550 per month between 45 and 54, and £750 per month between 55 and 64. Over that 40-year period, you would have made £1 million based on an average annual rate of return of 8%. Now, the more you can invest at an earlier age, the less you'll need to invest later on to reach that £1 million savings goal, as more of your wealth is generated by the market rather than money that needs to be contributed by you. And the final step, step 3, is about investing with consistency rather than sitting on the sidelines trying to time when to buy at the perfect point, as you can end up missing out on significant returns on your money. Looking back at data over the last 30 years, if you had stayed fully invested in the S&P 500, your compound annual growth rate would be around 8%. That means you would have made on average 8% each year, and at this rate your money typically doubles about every 9 years. But if you were waiting for the perfect moment to invest and instead kept your money in a bank account, and as a consequence you missed the best 5 days out of those 30 years, your returns drop to 5.9%. If you miss the best 10 market days, your returns fall to 4.7%. and if you miss the best 30 days, your returns fall to just 1.1%. So unless you're retiring soon and you need to preserve short-term wealth, then if you can play the long game and invest, riding the ups and downs in the market, then you'll have a much better chance of growing your wealth. One tip to help with consistency with your savings and investments is to set up a direct transfer each month once your pay comes in. That way you always budget for and set aside an amount to save and invest each month. So these are my 3 steps on how you can save and invest to become an ISA millionaire. I hope this video has been helpful. Feel free to leave any questions in the comments. Give the video a like and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you on the next video.